Now, it's unclear how Magsui got that video, and even if the video is verified, the White House has not commented on the video. Former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations and former National Security Advisor John Bolton joins me. Good evening, sir.
Glad to be with you.
Yeah. I assume that, number one, you're glad the deal is dead, because I don't think you're ever in favor of the deal. That's the first thing. And, you know, that's the first thing. The second thing, and the more important thing, is do you believe Iran is marching towards a nuclear weapon right now?
Well, on the second question, I think they absolutely are. They've never paid really attention to the 2015 deal. The 2015 deal, even if they adhered to it, is more beneficial to them than it is to us. And I think it's clear that the regime has never given up the strategic determination that they want to get deliverable nuclear weapons. Now, the fact that Biden tells a crowd of people it's dead, but he's not going to tell anybody, is revealing in and of itself. Since that date, although this tape was just leaked within a day or two, that, as you say, it was made back in November, since that time, the official position of his senior advisors has been that we're not focused on the deal right now, which is a not very subtle way of saying we'd like to be focused on it again if we could just get back to it, if this troublesome opposition in Iran would just get out of the way and allow us to get back to renegotiating the deal. So even though the president thinks he's dead, as has been the case so many times in his administration, I don't think his staff has figured it out yet.
Okay, so you say that you believe that they're marching towards a nuclear weapon. So here's now the question. Prime Minister Netanyahu has said that they will never get a nuclear weapon. President Biden has said that. Many presidents have said they'll never get a nuclear weapon. So I don't understand this. Are we just going to let Israel go alone? Are we going to do anything? I mean, what is going to happen? Because that'd be so disruptive to the Middle East. Everyone just says they will not get a nuclear weapon, but you say they're marching forward. There's no deal. There was no enforcement of a deal before. So tell me, who's going to stop them and how?
Well, they will be the people of Iran stop them. You know, it's not just the nuclear threat. That's what we focus on, but the Gulf Arab states and others focus on Iran's support for terrorism, their conventional military activities across the region. This is a very dangerous regime. In Iran right now, added on to years of economic dissatisfaction, is this direct ideological threat to the regime of the Ayatollahs itself. And that is now not just the women, but young people all over the country telling the Ayatollahs that people are not going to wear headscarves. Well,
so who's going to stop this? I mean, it's like everyone says no, but nobody tells me how this is going to stop.
Yeah. Well, I think the way the regime falls, and I think the regime is closer to falling than at any point since 1979, is you need a split at the top of the military, at the top of the Revolutionary Guards. They have the monopoly of force within Iran. They're the ones who put down demonstrations in 2009 and 2019, many other times. The difference here, I think, is because of the nature, essentially, as far as we can tell from outside, united opposition of the women in Iran. Every one of the generals in the Revolutionary Guard and the military has a mother. Most of them have wives, sisters, daughters. They are all hearing the same thing at home at night as you're hearing on the streets of Iran. That's why the regime is in trouble. I haven't seen evidence of those splits yet, but if it happens, that's how the regime will fall.
And if that doesn't happen, they march towards a nuclear weapon, and the Middle East is in an arms race.
Well, I don't think there's much of a race. Actually, I mean, I think this is one country that's determined to get this weapon. I think Netanyahu has said repeatedly he's not going to let it happen, although the U.S. says it's unacceptable. What I take that to mean is we won't accept it. I don't think the Biden administration will do anything, but I do think Americans who don't want Iran to get nuclear weapons should support Israel if they decide to take military steps to prevent it from happening.
Ambassador John Bolton, thank you, sir.
Thank you.